Today we are seeing two of the 108 names, Divya-drishti-pradaayai Namah and Dharma-samsthaapikaayai Namah. You are the last but two session.
Yeah. Finishing up for them.
Our Guruji Swami Tejomayanandaji, some time back, he observed this particular Sanskrit verse he composed. I just read that. Drishtim vina karma matram janayet peda bhavanam darshanam karma rahitam vartade moga kalpana karma yuktam darshanam tu bhavet kalyana sadhanam nrinamantarigam yasmat jayate parivartanam. Any organization must have a vision. No organization, whether it is profit-making or a non-profit, I suddenly remembered a joke. What is the organization created by the atheists, Non-profit. Anyway, that joke is not. Non-profit organization. So any organization, whether it is business, profit-making or non-profit making, whatever, must have a vision. What is that I'm going to, or we are going to do, which is unique, which is not done by others, right? Then only they stand out. If I keep imitating what others are doing, my market share will be very less. And I can be overtaken by anybody, anytime. But if my product or service, whatever it is something which is not available in the market or never anybody thought about it. That's why all the startup companies, they begin with a new product line altogether, which never anybody thought of. Anybody thought of having a computer in your hand, iPad? It's something revolutionized the way of thinking, right? You can see the videos wherever you want to go. You can take a picture also. You can call people. It's like a phone plus computer plus whatnot, entertainment. It caught up the market because it is something which not only unique, but useful. So any organization, any company, any business setup must constantly think about what is our vision. For example, it is said a manager is different from a leader. If a group of people are walking in the forest, manager is one who guides them according to the path that is there. Or if sometimes a path is not there, make a path and go. But leader is one, often climbs a tree. Often he climbs a tree and looks at which direction we are going. Because in the thick of the forest, you would not know which direction you are going. The sun is not there because it's all covered. So you don't know whether you are going in the right direction or not. So who gives the direction? One who has the vision. Right? Why I am saying this is, the topic is Divya-drishti-pradaayai Namah. Gita gives us the drishti, vision. In fact, Guruji wrote a book, or he gave lectures on a book, on a topic called Vision of Gita. So what is the vision of Gita? Sorry. My nose is completely blocked. I should have a snuff like Gurudev. So your first statement it makes is drishtim vina karma matram janayet veda bhavanam. Drishtim vina means without the vision, karma matram, only you do action, it will create only division. Vision, without vision, action is division. Because when you are engaging in any action without thinking about where you are going or why you are doing, you keep changing them. That's what happens to the youngsters, When they do not have the long-term vision, they look for short-term gains. Oh, this company is giving me more money, I'll go to that company. Or this one is giving more, I'll go there. But what is your vision? What is that your vision and what is the vision of an organization? If my vision and organization visions are not cohesive, I can't stay there for too long. Why in the past people stayed in the same company for a long time? Because they aligned with the vision of the organization. It happens to non-profit organizations like ours also, Chinmaya Mission also. There are so many brahmachari swamis, we train them. I myself have trained 40, 50 of them. Why not all of them are there? Because suddenly they decided that is not what I want to do. I have my own things to do. So they couldn't align with the vision of the organization. When that happens, the problem is the displeasure, dissatisfaction. I'm talking about vision and organization, the perfect person to talk to. So when the vision of an organization and vision of the individual are in conflict, vision of an organization and vision of an individual is in conflict, that person cannot exist in the organization anymore. Because that organization does not serve the purpose of that person. This applies even at work, not only at work, at family also. Between friends also. See, friends are good to have a jolly time. But that is fine. But a friend becomes a husband or a wife, it's a different question. Right? A friend is okay. Once in a while we meet, we'll go to the bar and have a drink and go to movies. Fine. When you have to share your life with somebody else, there should be cohesiveness of the vision. Because in India, the problem is, not the problem, but the situation is, two families are meeting, coming to the same vision, not two persons. And that's why we look for the tradition and then the family and what is their background, what do they. So all that is important. In today's world, it is not so, because individually they live. Nowadays they live together for a few years and then decide whether we align with each other or not, right? Two people were living together for 10 years. And one day the lady asked, why not we get married? He said, who will marry us? Now, whether it is organization or a group of people coming together to obtain or complete a task, or an individual working in an organization, or two people coming together to have a marital relationship, vision is a must. Drishtim vina karma matram. Without the vision, only action, Veda bhavanam, it creates division. If a group is working together with some particular motive and not all of them understand it, it will split. It will not stay together. Each one wants to excel other. Each one wants to prove it better than others, forgetting about the main goal. If I have a hand, if I have to pick up this thing, is it not all the 5 fingers have to come together to do this? If each finger say, no, I will not do that, I will go this way, I will go that way. Then, anyway, I took it. Drishtim vina karma matram. Without the vision, only action will only bring split. Another one is darshanam karma rahitam. Some people have very good vision, no action. They're very good in blueprints. They create a beautiful blueprint. Yeah, here it is. This is how we should go about. What should we do? I don't know. I have no idea about this. So, without the vision, action is a cause of split and differences. Then, darshanam, only thinking, daydreaming, karma rahitam, without action. Then what happens? Vartade moga kalpana. It only creates a mere delusion. That's why it is said, great people dream, but they wake up. Right? Great people, not only they dream, but they wake up to finish what they dreamt also. So, vision and action, both should align together. And you keep on focusing, refocusing, adjusting, fine-tuning the vision also on the way. Because market changes, trend will change, demands will change, expectations change. Everything constantly undergoes change. So you keep on adjusting the vision also. Accordingly, the action also has to be changed. It can be improved, new skills to be brought in, new training has to be done. If you don't have the real resources, bring the resources in. And if resource that you have is stale and old, get out of it. Body does that. Our body constantly does that. You don't need to go too far. Look at your body, how efficiently it is working. That itself is sufficient for us to understand how beautifully it is designed. So, drishtim vina karma matram janayet bheda bhavanam. Then, darshanam karma rahitam vartade moga kalpana. Now, what is then to be done? Karma yuktam darshanam tu. Action along with vision, bhavet kalyana sadhanam, will lead you to true success. Kalyana sadhanam, not kalyana sadhanam. Huh? Somebody would not say. Kalyana sadhanam means brings about fulfillment of all the benefits. Kalyana sadhanam. Nunam antarikam yasmat jayate parivartanam. That alone truly bring a transformation in the individual as well as in the organization. Now, why this is important is, when Arjuna came to the battlefield, he had a different perception about the purpose of the war. He came to kill. He came to destroy the Kauravas. He came to take a revenge on them. For what they have been, he has been defied for 13 years. And even after 13 years, what was promised was also denied to them. He got so upset, especially with Karna and Duryodhana. And he was also upset with all the Kauravas. And Krishna there, standing there, wanting to make sure the vision Arjun has is rectified. You are not here to take revenge. You are not here out of anger. You must have the vision of what is Dharma, what is the right thing to do. And you are capable of doing that. And I have to give you that vision. That's why it is Divya-drishti-pradaayai Namah. Gita gives us the correct vision. So, in other words, drishti means vision. So, what is the vision of Gita? The main vision of Gita is essentially there is no difference between man and God. This is a groundbreaking one. And because in no other religion, they declare man is none other than God himself. The human is nothing but the manifestation of God himself. Advaita, that is the non-dual presence. Because this is presently not for us to even think about. We cannot even imagine how can that be. I am an individual subject to birth and death and all suffering. How can I be the creator of this wonderful universe? So vision of Gita is to make the individual discover the God's presence in oneself. That is the vision of Gita. Only when that is achieved, the individual can do anything without any fear or favor, without any kind of attachment, and succeed in whatever one does. We ourselves are the cause of our failure because we often lose that inspiration. We lose that steam, so to say. Steam will be there, but steam won't be there. The power that pushes you to the next level is absent. So, where there is division, where there is absence of vision, which is called, I think, division, there is fear. Dvaitat vihi bhayam bhavati, Upanishad says. Dvaitat, because of the division, bhayam bhavati. See, a child which is just born, or maybe a few weeks old, is most comfortable in the presence or at the lap of the mother than even father. You know why? Because she's part of him. Right? The child does not see itself different from the mother who has been holding the child for so many months. So the child does not feel afraid of the mother. Whereas the mother says, "This is your father." The doubt, that fellow looks at this one. Because it's an alien. I don't know who it is. But the mother, he does not have problem. Right? Or to the neighbor, this is your name, this is uncle. It'll always look at them with a fear. What is he going to do to me now? He'll hold the mother's, her hand or something, and then only look at anybody. So where there is a division, where there is otherness, where there is Veda, there is always fear. In our own body, when the cancer starts to grow, it is different from the body. Meaning what? It is there to attack the body. You have to get rid of it, right? The fear is caused by something which is potentially causing danger to my own self. So long as we keep God as another person, another being, we will live in fear of God. And in Hindu temples, most gods have got enough weapons in their hand. So you are afraid. This fellow has too many things in his hand. It is not to, punish you, but punish those people who are not doing the right thing. So, if we keep even God as somebody other than me, there is always fear. I'm not sure what he will do. I think he's constantly looking at me. What that I'm doing? So, there is division, there is fear. And there is fear, there is no freedom. You will not be happy in the company of that who is threatening you. Can you? When there is a fear, can there be joy? Can there be freedom? Cannot be. So what essentially Gita is trying to do is, the vision it creates, recognize and realize ultimately that you and God are essentially one and the same. And that realization alone is called liberation, freedom, ultimate mukti. Mukti is where a person becomes free of all these impurities, imperfections. That is the vision of Gita. Now, there are many methods of overcoming this so-called divisions that we have in our mind. The first one, Bhagavan takes it, is karma. Action. Action is, or karma is, essentially born out of division only. Why do anybody act on anything? Most of us engage in action to get something which we don't have. Right? If I already have something, I don't need to work on it. I'm working very hard to be a human being. No need. I don't need to work hard to be a human being. I'm already one. So I do any action to get something which I do not have already. Until I have it, I'll keep working on it. Once I have it, done. I have to cook. So many people have been invited. Not you, but I mean, whatever. So once that job is complete, right? It's done. So karma presupposes division. Karma presupposes something which I need to accomplish, which I don't have. Now, very beautifully, Bhagavan Krishna, what he makes Arjuna realizes, so long as you work for a result outside you, karma never will end. It'll create more divisions, more fear, more anxiety, more uncertainties, more agitations, more unhappiness, more competition. It'll never end. Arjun, how much ever you do, you may probably win this war, you can probably kill Duryodhana and get a kingdom. Still, there can be other enemies there. That is not the end of the job, end of the action here. Karma never ends if your result is expected to be outside. Now, how do you overcome this then? Recognize and realize that your action should lead to discovery of that which is already there with you. Now, let's make it simple. What action you should do to go to sleep? Stop acting. Isn't that true? All that you are doing all day, if you want to sleep, what you should do? Stop that. Because in the sleep, you are not gaining anything from outside anything. It's already you are going to yourself. Not now. I hope you're not. You have a choice to go now also. Is there anybody stopping you from sleeping? So too, the state of liberation, what is called state of Brahman, state of being the self, is always there, but we are so busy trying to do all actions to get from something outside. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, the vision of action is to discover what is already in you. And that is why he brings Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is different from karma. Karma is to act for something for outside. Karma Yoga is to discover what is already inside. Then why should I act? Because our purity of mind is not there. We still have desires. We still have so many demands that will be fulfilled only from something outside. Until that ends, until your mind becomes pure, until with the pure mind, you recognize and understand that with the knowledge that what I'm looking for is already there in me. Till then, jnanat evatu kaivalyam. By knowledge alone, you'll reach there. Sarvam karma akhilam partha jnane parisamapyade. All action will end in the dawn of knowledge. So karma yoga, the vision of karma yoga is gain the purity of mind, not being anxious about the result. Thereby, the mind which is pure is ready to travel within, to go and discover your own immaculate, blissful, joyful presence. That is the vision of karma. That's why he says, Karmani akarmaya pashyet, akarmani cha karmayaha sabuddhiman manusheshu sayukta krishna karmakrit. One who is able to find inaction in action, action in inaction, is considered as the most intelligent person. Even when I'm talking, my mouth is talking, you are hearing. I am doing all the action to communicate something to you, but myself is only a witness. It doesn't do any action. It is watching. The Bhagavan in me is just a presence, not the one who is doing any action right now. So in that karmani, in the action, one who recognizes the inaction of the self, such a person is an intelligent one. So that is why he said, Dhyanen atmani pashyanti kejid atmanam atmana. So by meditation, one comes to realize this. And a person of meditation chooses his action in such a way that it doesn't drag him too much away from himself. When we do not regularly engage in going deeper into ourselves, we get dragged by the world again and again and again and again. Only when we sit quietly and look within, we realize really the peace of mind, joy and calm is already there in me. Therefore, an action, whichever I undertake, should not drag me away from that state. And even if it is take me away away, I should know how to get back here. It is like a rubber band, You take whatever stretch you do, but leave it, it will come back to itself. Similarly, your mind should be that you may engage, but you should know when you disengage, come back here. Come back to your calm, peaceful self. Now, this is what Bhagavan gives. And in fact, he says, karma is not too far away from this knowledge. Yat sankhe prapyate sthanam tat yogairavi kamyate. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yap pashyati sapashyati. Knowledge and action are not too far away. Action leads you slowly towards knowledge. Therefore, consider action as the means to knowledge. Consider action as a means to purify the mind. Then the knowledge, when it takes place, it is easy for you to withdraw from action. See, in our tradition, we have 4 stages of life, like the brahmacharya and grahasthashram, manaprasthashram, and then sannyasa. So, from the very stage of brahmacharya itself, the students are taught, ultimately you have to reach sannyasa. But that is not the way today's world, right? Today's world, we do not even talk about renunciation as the primary, teaching, even before beginning the state of giving lessons about the world. You should know, as I said, the vision should be what? I must reach a state of sannyasa to reach God. All that I do from brahmacharya onward is only a temporary phase. I have to get back. In today's education, that is not the case. Even when one is 70 or 80, 85, still running around. to get the things from the world outside only. Because the concept of this, the final, stage of life where it is exclusively meant for meditation, contemplation, and realization of God's presence within is not even there in it's already lost. Therefore, vision of karma is purity of mind leading to knowledge, leading to moksha. Now he says, vision of yoga. Now we'll see one by one. No? So vision of action, I have told you. They have vision of yoga, vision of bhakti, vision of jnanam also. So that you know how Gita handles this subject. In the vision of yoga, yoga is meant for us to enforce discipline to our body. Because out of 24 hours a day, more than 16 hours, we are identified with the body only. Except the time when you go to sleep. Is it not that all the time we are using this body for something or the other? Walking and talking and going and driving and, so all the time we are using the body. So the path of yoga is essentially how to discipline the body in such a way that you will be able to calm down not only the body, mind also. And then get back to the same point. The vision of Gita, in essence, is the same. Discover unity with God. The path of action is go out into the world if you want to gain anything from the world, which is temporary. But if you want to really get something which is eternal, you must purify the mind by reducing your anxiety about result. Turn around, come back. That's why Gurudev used to say, the best instruction that any person should be given while driving is U-turn. U-turn. You have to take a U-turn at some point of time. How long you go out away from yourself? Swamiji, every day I do in sleep, I am U-turn only. But unconsciously we do that, not consciously. Same thing, as you're sleeping, when you are taking a U-turn to go to yourself, gives you so much of peace and bliss. When you consciously do it, it will give more. Because you know how it happens. In sleep, you do not know how it happens, right? It is like a person who is taken to a beautiful garden. He was living in a desert. And he was taken to a place where there is a beautiful oasis and a lot of water and a lot of garden, beautiful flowers and birds and fruit trees, etc. But when he was taken blindfolded from the desert he was living to that beautiful garden of the Eden, let us say. He was enjoying, wow, where have I come to? Fruits are there, flowers are there, birds are there, water is there, clear, still water is there, everything is there. Once it is done, you enjoyed, yes, blindfold him again. Back to the point. Now tell me, how do you go back? You want to go back to that place because this is completely dry, there is no water, it's hot sun, all sand alone, only everywhere. Goat life. There's a movie also that came recently. Goat life, right? Thing like that. Where a person is left in the middle of a forest. And how does he escape from there? If you don't know, I'm telling you. So how does he go? The next time when he was being taken like that, he made a small crack open and oh, I know how I'm going, which direction I'm going, how I am reaching that. Now, when he reaches there, he not only enjoys, but when he is back again, and now I can go whenever I want. In the same way, in sleep, you are blindfolded and taken to the state of bliss. When in meditation, your wide open eyes, you know the path and you're reaching there. That is the beauty of jnana, knowledge. It opens your eyes and makes you see how to reach the same point of bliss knowingly, consciously. So yoga is basically built on discipline. And that's why the second sutra of yoga is what? Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Second sutra, there are many sutras are written, formulas are written in Yoga Shastra by Patanjali. And second sutra or the formula he gives is chitta vritti nirodha yogaha, meaning stopping the mind. Chitta means mind. Vritti means thoughts. Thoughts in the mind. Stopping, nirodha, stopping is called yoga. Now, stopping the thoughts can be done forcefully or gradually. There are many methods also. Take a, what do you call? You can do that also. Once I was giving a talk in Humboldt University on meditation. One young man came, and said, I liked your talk so much. And you are talking about the bliss that you get in meditation. Have you tried it? Yeah, I'm attempting to reach there. I'll give you a shortcut. Namba, no, I don't need it. But you can reach the same place, I'm telling you. There also can, even while drinking also, what happens? The mind stops. Mind either stops or thinking something else, blabbering. Correct? Or sleeping pill. Again, all these are blindfolded. Journey towards bliss. That bliss is also temporary and sometimes it becomes an addiction. Most of the time it becomes an addiction. So he says, Yatra uparamade chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. Yatra where uparamate chittam, mind withdraws. Yoga sevaya, by the practice of yoga. Yachache eva atmanam atmana pashyan atmani tushyati. Where the mind has been withdrawn by the discipline of yoga and one is able to see oneself in oneself. Atmana atmanam, by oneself, which is of the nature of bliss. Tushyati. Atmani tushyati. So, yoga is not just asanas or stretching your body and making some peculiar movements. Those are all necessary for the body not to become a problem while you are sitting down. Once the physical body's discipline is maintained, that you can sit for a longer period of time without the disturbance of the body, then it is a question of mind withdrawing from everything else and able to maintain its inner tranquility and peace for a longer period of time without any rise of thoughts. Consciously. Not like sleep. Consciously. So yoga also reaches the same point. Now we look at the devotion point of it. In the context of devotion, usually devotion is always started with division. Me and God are different. I have to go to a temple or go to the altar of God, do some puja, chant some mantras, show the arati. Is it not that you keep God as an external factor who is more powerful than you and give you whatever you want? Is it not that way the devotion starts? Majority of the people, whichever way the religion, they always connect God with a temple or a church or something. So he's not here, he's somewhere else. He's maybe in another room in my house, in an altar room. So division is the starting point of devotion. If you go to a devotee of God, go to a temple and tell the person who is doing the worship there, so what are you worshipping? Shiva. Where? There, Shivalinga. Oh, that is stone. It is stone only. It is stone or not?
Yes.
So, do you see it as a stone? You see it as Shiva. But actually what it is? Stone. Stonaya Namaha. Concreteaya Namaha. Do you see there? Graniteaya Namaha. No, you are not saying. You are saying Shivaya Namaha. So what you are seeing there is stone. What you are thinking is God. See the difference? That's why it is said, Nikrishta Vastini Utkrishta Buddhihi Upasana. Upasana or puja is, in the insignificant matter, you superimpose divinity. Without that, no religion will work. In every religion, a symbol is involved. The symbol is nothing but a pointer. If you go to a church, there is a cross. It's made of wood. Woodayanam. It's not wood you are prostrating. You are to Christ. You are saluting to Christ. Is it not just a wood there? So what you are seeing is a wooden plank. Two planks are put together like this. But what you are thinking, it is Christ. Right? So unless you think that it is God, you will not be able to do anything there. So God, when you are looking at, your eyes are looking at the stone, or eyes are looking at the wood, mind is looking at God. So you internalize, you look at the cross, but your worship is happening in here and not there. You look at the stone, the worship is taking place, not there, here. With this is understood. That's what Krishna is trying to say. Externally, any form you take, it doesn't matter. But internally, you should know that form is only a support. The form is externally is a support, an ashraya. It is only a support. But you must have your mind thinking about God. Until I marry the person, that person is only a lady. The moment I marry, it becomes a wife. Where is the wife? In your head. It is in your head that she is a wife. For her mother, she is only a daughter. Who is wife then? Wife is where? Swamiji, I know she's always in my mind.
Sitting on my head.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I was trying to say I got confused between mind and head.
I won't edit that. Use your voice. Come in. So the wife is a thought. Please go through this thought process. Wife is a thought, not a person. Similarly, God cannot be understood as a person. It's a thought process. When you realize this, then the God is not staying outside me. That external thing is only supporting this thought process. When I look at the form of the Shivalinga there, my thought process should remind me God. Let us say I take another person who is totally alien to Hinduism and he looks at it. What is that? Nice shape, stone. He cannot think of God. Or I go to a church where I do not know what is that beautiful wooden plank, one like this, one like this. What does it mean? It is not I'm insulting you. I just don't know. I cannot connect. You see? So devotion is necessary for you to ultimately use the external form to internalize the presence of the God. And when you internalize the presence of God, He comes so close to you And that is the means to mukti or liberation. When you carry him all the time without even the external support, then you live in him. Bhagavan again it says that when you start having the devotion in me, you thereafter live in me alone. It is as much as when you travel, for a long time you travel for many weeks, your wife will often call you. Are you thinking about me? Of course. If you don't say that, of course, there will be a problem there. Of course. Why? Because then where are you? Where is your wife now? In your thoughts, right? So let us say that you go to a toy shop and you see beautiful toys there. What do you think? My child will love this. So even though you're looking at that toy, what you're thinking? About not God, about the child. Bhagavan says, if you keep thinking about me in whatever you see, in you are a devotee. So Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita itself that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Pam Prapatyade. Many lives a person goes through to come to this kind of perfection. Bahunam Janmanam. After many life, Ante, at the end, Jnanavan, a man of knowledge, Prapatyade, surrenders. In what way he surrender? Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Samahatma, Sudurlava. Everything is Vasudeva only. Whatever I see, trees and plants and the sun, the moon, the people, the animals and birds and insects, and then everything is none other than Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Such a Mahatma is so rare. That such a Mahatma is not built in one day. Such a person never came in one day. Many lives. After that, he realizes this. Suddenly, yesterday I was thinking about this. I was thinking that, no, when you have a very cold day, external weather is very cold, you wear warm clothes, right? Let us say you take a shawl and put it on yourself. It feels so good, right? Yes or no? Feel so warm. Now tell me, where is the warmth coming from? The shawl? Yeah? Is the warmth coming from the shawl?
No, not really.
Then the warmth is nothing but your body. Your body's heat is captured, not allowed to get out. Is it not true? It's not the shawl giving you warmth. Nowadays you have warm shawls also. That's different thing. Electric shawls or battery operated shawls. We are not talking about that. A shawl when you wear, the warmth that comes from where? In yourself. You are capturing, not allowing the body heat to get out. So too, when a person starts to remember God intensely as one's own being, Bhagavan says, you are there with me. You cannot get out. You are me. You will remain in me alone. There is no doubt about this. So that is the vision of devotion. Okay, I have to go to the next one also. So, because I thought the start process started and then went on and on writing. So, okay, anyway, quickly going. So, vision of knowledge. What is vision of knowledge now? Drishtim jnanamayim krutva pashyet brahmamayam jagat. Sri Ramana Maharshi said this beautifully. Drishtim jnanamayim krutva. Keeping your vision on knowledge, pashyet, look at the world, brahmamayam jagat. The world can be seen as nothing but the one single reality, provided your vision is on knowledge. If our vision is not in knowledge, we'll see only differences everywhere. Man is not a woman, and a human is not an animal is not a bird, plant is not the tree, plant is not the stone is not that, sun is not the star is not the galaxy. So it goes on like that. So only divisions you will see. So that is the reason why Bhagavan Krishna, at some point of time when the discussion is going on, Arjun, wait, I'll show you. He showed himself. Pashyame partha rupani shatashota sahasrashah nana vidani divyani nana varna krudani cha tatre kastam jagat krishnam prabhibhaktam anekada apashya deva devasya sharire pandavastata. Even though the world is divided into many parts, so vast is the whole universe, but Arjuna started to see everything in one single body of God. One single body. So then he realized the Krishna whom I am talking to as my charioteer, in his body is where everything is. I am included in him. See? I am included in him. The galaxies are included in him. The whole cosmos is included in him. He showed that to Yashoda also. Opened the mouth. Once she was eating mud or something. They open your mouth. No. Open your mouth. No, you can't stand that. Open, I say. Okay. What did she see? Whole universe, including herself. She got so scared. Close. Please don't do this to me. Krishna laughed and said, you will not remember it. Don't worry about it. What is that? Shows the entire universe in his body. So, what is jnanam? Jnana-drishti is that where you see the oneness, even though you are seeing the many. The many gets collapsed into the one. That is the drishti of jnanam. So, karma drishti, yoga drishti, bhakti drishti, jnana drishti. In fact, he gave the jnana drishti to Arjuna. Divyam tadami te chakshuhu. I mean, giving you this jnana drishti, please see this. And with that knowledge, eye of the knowledge, you will see what you wanted to see and much more than that. This is one topic. The second topic is Dharma-samsthaapikaayai Namah. The second topic is that Bhagavad-Gita is the words of the Lord who said that I have come into this universe as Krishna only to establish Dharma. My purpose is to make sure people understand what is Dharma. And not only that I establish Dharma, I will teach about it. Because if I establish and go away, again we will fall back. See, this is one thing about Rama and Krishna. Sri Rama never taught any great philosophy. He just lived by Dharma. And looking at his life, he should learn. Whereas Krishna never stopped talking. Keep talking, keep educating. Because he knows that people will not just look at me and then live my life. I have to teach them. All right. So, Dharma of a thing is the swarupa of that thing. First of all, he teaches everybody that the nature of a thing is the Dharma of that thing. For example, sun, when you remember sun, what immediately comes to your mind? Light. Have you ever seen dark sun? No. Light. Sun, when you say fire, light and heat. The fire is nothing but a representation of sun only. That's why in our rituals, Hindu rituals, we offer to the fire. Actually, we are offering to the sun. The sun in the ground is called fire. Right? And the sun in the trees and plants, whatever heat element it created, that is what is causing fire. Anyway, so when the moment you think about the sun or think about the fire, moment you think about it, first thing comes to you is light and heat. So that is the dharma of sun. Right? Think of water. What is the dharma of water? Flow and taste. Right? You can understand that. Now if I ask you, what is your dharma? Huh? If everything has got a dharma, a fruit, what is the dharma of the fruit? Sweetness. To some extent, it has to have some taste. Whether it's sweet or some other, whatever. It has to have juice, taste. Otherwise, it's not a fruit. You don't call it as a fruit. What is the dharma of a flower? Smell. I am not sure about those. Nowadays, we have flowers with no smell at all. Similarly, if you understand everything in this world has got its own peculiar quality, dharma. Now I ask you, what is your dharma? Your dharma is that which you always want to be, which is happiness. Correct? Nobody in this world said, may I become more and more unhappy. Do you pray for that? Sarve bhavantu dukkhinah. Sarve bhavantu dukkhinah. We don't say that. Do we? My nature is happiness. So what is the dharma of a being? Not only human, every living being. See, whether this flower is happy or not happy, I don't know. It may not be happy because you picked it from there and put it here. From the flower, in the tree, it was very happy, blossoming. Picked it from there, put it here. You do not know whether it's happy or not. But as human being, we express unhappiness. When something bad happens, something displeasure happens, some kind of a tragedy happens, we express unhappiness, dukkham. But that is not our nature. Why? Because we want to get rid of it as soon as possible. Is it not true? You want to remain in dukkham? Maybe somebody very near to you, very dear to you, even they pass away, definitely you feel very hurt and feeling very sad about it. But what is your ultimate thing? Let me get over it. Let me get used to it. You want to get back to happiness. So happiness is not something which you need to aspire for. Happiness is that you have to discover, which is your dharma, which is your nature. So, while Dharma-samsthaapana means what? Bhagavan Krishna through Gita teaches us how to not only discover your own inherent nature of happiness, your living should make sure that everybody around you are happy. And how is that you will do it? Making sure that you teach them how to reach their own state of happiness. That's what Krishna did. I told not only teaching you, Arjun, but to the entire humanity, how to reach your nature of bliss. Brahma Anandam. Brahman is what you are, and its nature is Anandam. Sat Chit Anandam. That is what is to be understood. But we as a jiva, we cannot keep quiet. Na kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarma kriti karyadehi avashak karma sarva prakriti jai gunaihi. Not even a moment a person can remain without action. All the time a person is forced to act because of the prakriti. Even when we act, what are we looking for? Get something to be happy. go somewhere to be happy, achieve something to be happy. Ultimate aim is happiness only. I earn more money so that I'll be happy. I'll buy one more house and I'll be happy. I will go to vacation, I'll be happy. I'll buy this, I'll be. So even that karma by itself is incomplete if it doesn't give you what you want. I work hard, but it doesn't give me what I want. I will stop working. By getting what I want is happiness. Every relationship is built on happiness. Every action is built on happiness. Every achievement, every success is built on happiness. Isn't it? So that is your dharma. That is your nature. That is what you want to be. So this samsthapan. So Jiva Dharma is acting to be happy. Ishwara Dharma is to make sure that everybody is engaging in this world in their own field of action. Ultimately, they will reach happiness. He creates a field for us. He creates a area for us to work. Ishwara Dharma is what? Ajobisan avyayatma bhutanam Ishwarobisan prakritim swam ashtabhya sambhavami atmamayaya. Ishwara Dharma is to express the bliss all the time. In Hinduism, there is no sad God. Have you seen Ganesha? Unhappy? No. Krishna? Happy or not? Vishnu or Shiva? Blissfully happy. Why? Because they are expressing, this is ultimate joy. Oh Jiva, I want you to know, your Ishvara Tattva in you is eternally, constantly, unreasonably happy. Causelessly happy. Karana Rahita Ananda. That's why our Gurudev used to say, when you find that joy, people ask, what happened to you? So if I look at somebody, you may say, yeah, he's happy. But why? Does he want something from me? Right? If I look at you and smile, okay, you smile. If I keep smiling again and again, then you start something wrong. Swamiji was okay. Last time I saw he was okay. Nothing happened. But Bhagavan is Karana-rahitanand. The Lord is expressing the causeless happiness. That is what we are supposed to be. It is said, a child between the age 0 to age 3 laughs 100 times a day. Huh? A child laughs 100 times a day. Count yours. Count yours. Maybe you should have an app. Whenever you're happy, it counts 1, 2, and you'll find many times, many days, it is 0. Because we want a reason to be happy. That's our problem. If somebody smiles, why are you nowadays too happy? What? What's that? Getting married? Why are you so happy? Lottery? Some reason we have to give to be happy. Where the child does not have any reason to be happy. Just happy. Ask the child, why are you happy? Hey, you'll fall run away. There's no reason to be happy. So as we grow, we become more and more sad. More and more unhappy. So Ishvara is one who is expressing the inherent bliss of every being, and he says, this is what you should be. Please look. That's why Shankaracharya in some of the compositions he says, what is the nature of a Mahatma? Unmattavat balavat tittati. What does it mean? Unmattava means mad person. Bala, like a child. When a mad person also is happy. Why? No reason. In fact, there was one person, Astamalaka, you probably know. That young boy was unreasonably happy. His parents got worried. This fellow has become a teenager and he's constantly laughing. So I think, gone something wrong. So those times they did not have anything, psychiatrist to go to. When they don't have, they go to Swami only. For anything, there is a Swami there. Poor Swami has to explain everything. He should be a psychiatrist. He should be a health specialist. He should be a law. He should know the law also. He should know. He's expected to solve everybody's problem. So Shankaracharya was going around. So they ran to him and said, this boy, from the day he's born till now, constantly is laughing about, I think something wrong with him. Can you please check? So Shankaracharya started asking, who are you? Where are you from? It's a beautiful composition. In fact, one Shankaracharya wrote on his own disciple. He became a disciple later on. So he asked him, why are you so happy and why? What is your name? Where have you come from? What is your, understanding? What he gave the total Brahmagyan. He said, I cannot but be happy because I am Brahman. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya started writing commentary on him. His knowledge is so clear that it is like Karatala Amala Kavat, like a gooseberry on his palm. It is so clear to him. That's why he's called Hasta Amalaka. So Ishwara is one who expresses his infinite joy at all times. Giggling. Gurudev would say, giggling and giggling. All the time Krishna, in spite of all the problems that he had, only to show to the world, this is what you should be. And he would say to us, give joy to everybody whom you meet, like take a hosepipe of joy and splash it on everybody. If they don't want, let them run. You don't stop. And how one reaches the state of inner bliss. So sannyasa dharma. What is sannyasa dharma? Nyeyasya nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabhago sukam bandhat pramuchate. Our cause for unhappiness is we start labeling things. This is good, this is bad. This is I like, this I don't like. This I want, this I don't want. This I love, this I hate. Sannyasi is one who doesn't label anything like that. Nyeyasya nitya sannyasi yaha na dveshti. He never hate anything. Na kankshati. Not he is longing for anything. Therefore, since he doesn't label anything, I want, I don't want, this I like, this I don't like, this I like, this I hate, this I want to own, this I want to get rid of. That is not there in his mind. That is sannyasa dharma. That's why neither he owns anything, nor he is troubled by what he already has. Chalo, hai, hai to hai, nahi hai to nahi hai. So what? His mind is unwavering. Yata adipo nivatastha na ingade sopama smrda yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmana. Like a lamp that is kept in a place where there is no moving air, how steady it becomes. You'd like a lamp, see that how steady it is. So hardly it moves, right? It moves very slowly. If there is a fan there, then it will happen. It will start agitated, right? In the same way, a yogi's mind, a jnani's mind is so steady, he's not having the wind or the breeze of desire in him. Therefore, his mind is constantly in the state of joy. He's able to maintain that inner peace because he's not disturbed by external things that are either hated or liked. He doesn't move. So he spoke about different kinds of dharmas. I have written on many of them, like Jiva Dharma, Ishwara Dharma, Sannyasa Dharma, Yoga Dharma, Mahatma Dharma. I'm just skipping all that. Finally, Bhagavan Krishna says, all these dharmas are valid for you to practice and reach a point of inner equilibrium. But finally, surrendering to me is the highest dharma. Sarva dharman parityajya, mam ekam sharanam raja, aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. Leaving aside all other things, if you surrender to me, I make sure that you get liberated. This is called moksha dharma. Final oneness with the God within, not outside. Bhagavan says, surrender to me. Then you will realize all the various aspects of dharma already included in that. Yoga dharma, jnana dharma, sannyasa dharma, everything is included. If only you can surrender to me. And surrendering is the most difficult thing because we are so much egoistic. Our ego would not allow even to surrender to even elders. What about God? We don't know. Isn't it? How much it is hard to accept somebody's opinion which is different from ours? You may have your own opinion, but I don't want to agree with you. This is what we do. Even with the known people, we don't surrender. Even with our own parents, we don't submit. Not talk of God whom we don't even know. But Bhagavan Krishna says, if you surrender to me, I have taken care of everything. That he says only at the end. Last part only he says. Because if he said in the beginning itself, there is no teaching then. A novel is interesting only when you go through the whole thing and they come to an end. Finish, right? F-I-N. Fin comes only at the end. Similarly, the finishing touch, Bhagavan Krishna says, surrender to me, you are taken care of. That is moksha dharma. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhamat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.